All right, here we go. Hello, 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 and welcome to Shared Space with Quita and Chat. We are here today. It is our final Monday in February. So I was rocking this sweatshirt most of the month.
Black butterfly.
I'm black
Oh,
every month, but this month I'm blackity black. Blackity black black. Not for me, blackity black black. I needed everybody to know every place that I went that it's blackity black black. So this final Monday, we have somebody who is blackity black black and in the community and doing great stuff out in the hood. But before we get to you, Dr. McKenzie, Chet, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you've been up to.
all right. For those who don't know, I am Chaplain David Lovelace. I am a full time volunteer chaplain in Baltimore City since 2018, officially with the police department. And we meet needs. We answer the call when people have needs from top to bottom. We have a great tribe of people that we cover and stand in the gap for each other. Some announcements, real quick. We have let's see. We have what do we got going on?
We
We've
got a
got
lot going
down,
on.
yeah, down the road we got Black Wall Street coming up with Jackie on 25th. We all are familiar with that.
In 2 weeks,
Tomorrow,
we have. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You
oh
came up with it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So tomorrow we've got the Black Wall Street Awards at Terra Cafe. I think around 5 or 6 p.m. You have a pitch contest coming up.
Pitch contest at Loyola for Black women in real estate. This will be our second brunch pitch with the DM firm, who is based out of, I want to say New York City. And this one will be, like I said, for Black women, focusing on real estate because next month is Women's History Month, and this month was Black History Month. So the combination of the two, Black women out here doing it in real estate.
Hmm.
And then,
And
go
well, let me comment. If you are not in the real estate world, and you are a woman entrepreneur, please come out and network and support our sisters.
Yes, I mean, but all the people come out and network, men, women, children, like there's
That's right.
kidpreneurs, solopreneurs, all the folks are welcome.
Yes.
This is a shared space, y'all. Like the name isn't just the name, it is real life. Like everybody's welcome. We don't turn anybody around. Chap was like, I know a couple of people that would like to get down. They want to get in, they want to get involved, but I'm gonna wait for your people. I said, no, we're not gatekeeping. Like my people will get the information when they get it. You give your people the information right here and right now. Ain't no gatekeeping, ain't no prioritizing. Everybody gets everything because we all need everything, y'all. So that is one thing. And then I wanted to mention the wellness walk is coming back the first weekend in April. So we will be doing our wellness walk at Lake Montebello. We're still figuring out exactly how we're going to walk it because we kind of got to do like a horseshoe because there's a sinkhole and that craziness. But we'll figure that out. And then this weekend, first Saturday of March. So we will be at Broadway, South Broadway and Bank Street near Fells Point doing community outreach, 9 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, it's usually about 8:30 to 12 that we're out there. So come on out and pull up on us.
And that's Saturday.
That is Saturday. That is Saturday. And I'm sure we'll think of some more things. There are some more things going on, but we need to get to our guest who is patiently waiting. Dad, go ahead and introduce our guest for us today, please.
Sure. So last weekend, I was privileged to attend the inaugural meeting or signing for a project called the ReManned Project, which is birthed out of Wilmington, Delaware. They're in several different cities now, and so our Baltimore chapter is led by Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. And I will leave it to you to introduce yourself and what the program's about, sir.
Well, good evening, everybody. And man, it is. I love to hear the announcements that you all have. It's so much going on in the city of Baltimore, and these are the kind of things that you don't hear about. aren't readily hearing about people talking about. Well, say, well, all this stuff, other stuff that goes on in Baltimore. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. This is the powerful stuff that's going on. So, thank you all for having me here this evening. As everyone, as they said, my name is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. I am the chapter director of the ReManned Project Incorporated, along with my own company J&F Enterprises LLC. But the ReManned Project is a project that's become near and dear to me because it's an organization that's geared towards adult men and assisting them in life leadership and their legacy, and giving them the tools that they need in order to be able to be who it is that God has created them to be. It's an organization that has a passion for men to help them in different aspects of life, whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are a brother who wants to get your kids back, or you have to work with the system, or pushing on the government in order to be able to do what they are supposed to do in order to be able to have men be in the positions that they are in their households, in their in their children's lives, or even just in their everyday life, giving them additional skill sets, so that they're able to, hey, if it's start a business, then they can do that. If it's to move up in a business, they can do that. Or if it's dealing with getting more education to be able to do that. All of those things are wrapped in the ReManned Project that's come here to Baltimore to be able to shake up the culture, as we say.
I love that. I love that. So, for my own information, I know you and Chap were talking and such. So, how long has the project been going on?
Well, the Reman project is actually since I want to say 2018. Gentleman, Dr. Donald Morton. He is the founder creator of the Reman International, which the Reman project falls under. But it's in several different states already. It's in Delaware. It's in Georgia. It's in Houston, Texas, and it's also in California as well. This is just one of the legs, one of the branches that has just become new. Dr. Donald and I have known each other maybe like 2 months now, but we had such a connection in what he talked about, and how we came to have this kind of a mindset of our passion that we have for wanting to see men do better, be better. But then also create a way for them to be better, because we know that there's so many things out here to tell men and to do better and be better, but what is actually out there for them adult men to be able to do those things that we are asking them to do. Can't just ask somebody to do something and not give them the tools in
Right.
order to be able to do that. So that's what Remand is actually about. And like I said, since its inception, his mantra is, I'm not my brother's keeper, I am my brother. So whatever happens to me happens to my brother. Whatever happens to my brother, whatever happens to me happens to my brother. Whatever happens to my brother happens to me. I feel him, he feels me. That bonding that we have.
Right. Right. I mean, but that is in so many ways when people don't think like that, Dr. McKenzie, I'm like, the audacity for you to think that whatever was happening across the street wasn't going to come across the street to your house eventually as you watched it decay, right? Like the audacity to think that whatever. But I love that you're thinking about, hey, how do we empower people? How do we give people agency? What is it that we can do to empower them? Because so many times these kids grow up to be adults who have not been helped any step of the way. They've
Yeah.
just been told what they need to do. So how is it that Chap, how did you end up in Delaware? Like, what is going on here? I need to understand what is happening. So
Well,
are you coming to Baltimore now? Or is Chap helping out with the Delaware location? Tell me more about how we
I've
can
I have
support.
not been to Delaware yet, but that's I'm not saying I won't go to Delaware because I go where I'll go where I'm led, for sure. I will say that Shelly McDuffie with Dynamic Life, I was on her podcast sharing a little bit about what we do, Quita, and I'm not sure if I got you connected, but if not, we got to get you on her show. But through her network, she recommended I connect with Dr. McKenzie.
Nice.
And I'll share with you that once I connected with Dr. McKenzie and I showed up to support this initiative for ReManned, I was very encouraged at who showed up. I was also very encouraged at who didn't show up, if you know what I mean,
Yes,
because he
absolutely.
invited the mayor, but the mayor didn't show up, and that's okay, right? And the people that did show up, the way that they articulated themselves and the vocabulary they used to share their testimony and their story, um, it was very much the same vocabulary we use, you know. And so we had men saying how they, you know, I let everybody know I'm out here serving my kings and queens, and a gentleman, you know, two or three of the men who spoke and got up and spoke and shared, they were just speaking that same language, right? They were like, I'm a servant of servants, you know, and the way that they were describing how they move through the community and the work that they do was very much congruent to how we move in the community. So immediately I felt a connection with these men. I appreciated that it was a small, intimate group and not like 50 men that showed up. Because, you know, the Bible teaches us that, you know, if you read the story of Gideon, he showed up with like 30,000 and God chopped it down to 300 because God wanted to make sure that the work that was being done pointed back to him. So those small quality relationships, I appreciated that. And then just the things that were shared in the spirit, my spirit resonated. And I'll share with you, Dr. Leroy, like when I met, and for those of you who don't know watching, when I met Laquita over at Reach Partnership, and the instant we met, it was just like God downloaded a lifetime of love for my sister. It was like we just, like you spoke of when you met Dr. Donald Morton. It was just your spirit resonates. You know that's a person that's supposed to be in your life for the season, you know, and we move forward and we put in work and we do what we do. So I appreciate you sharing that about Dr. Morton because we understand that connection and how valuable those connections are to perpetuate the work that we do in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And what he meant by him showing up but not showing up, Brother Donald lost his mother a couple weeks ago and literally buried her this past last Monday, this past last Monday. And when he and I were talking, he was like, "Bruh," he was like, "I can't physically be there." He's like, "I just don't have the mindset." Which we were like, "Absolutely." He said, "But but I can come on Zoom and address the brothers and everything like that." So he showed up. He
Right.
showed up even in that. He
Right.
showed up, and that's how much that's the passion that he has for the ReManned Project. And
Right.
like I said before, what happens to one of us happens to all of us. So I
Yes.
know I felt that pain that he had, that he's been going through since losing his mother. I
Yes.
lost my dad back in 2012. So that experience is not the easiest thing to go through. But as we all know, life doesn't stop.
Right.
Time does not stop. It doesn't stop for any of us. It don't care about your mama. It don't care about your daddy. It don't care about your sister, your cousin.
Life be life.
None of it. It's gonna keep going. And for him, for him to do that, just spoke volumes, and to be able to continue doing that. But that's the band of brothers that we have. Like Chap was talking about. That's the band of brothers that we feel that we have here that are passionate about wanting to see a better Baltimore.
Right.
And not folks that just want to talk about seeing a better Baltimore, but are actually want to do the work, are willing to do the work, and are willing to say, hey, we want to make a difference. We want to shift the culture that we have here in Baltimore.
Right.
So I had a question for you. Like, as I was doing research and reading more about the program, I noticed that in December of 2021, so in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, where you guys originated, it said that the child support services and the family division and Delaware fatherhood program were partnering with ReManned, and so you guys are being recognized by these government agencies as programs of value. And
Yeah,
so connecting with them and as it shares like just building up men and um, specializing in personal leadership development and coaching and consulting. And so what does that look like? How does that like filter down to like me as a father or a man in your program? What does that like look like day to day?
Well, what it'll look like once the individual goes through the it's a 16 week program, and they get those tools. As I mentioned, it's from anywhere from addressing having a budget to financing to addressing if you know the dealing with your relationships with your children, or with a, let's say, an ex-spouse that you might have to have dealings with. How do you deal with all of those aspects of your life, especially with fatherhood? Like you said, that's part of the leadership, and something that that I truly believe that there's been a miseducation of manhood, and even fatherhood that we have today, where you have you have brothers that are either physically absent out of the child's life, or they are, let's say, even in the home but still absent, because you can you can be in the home and still absent with with your spouse or with your children. But addressing those types of things, understanding your role in the household, understanding your role as a father, as a husband, as a even as a son, as a son, as an uncle, all of those different dynamics that we are as men. And it first deals with you, because you can't address anybody else until you get you straight. And that's one of the core things, is making sure that we deal with you, with doing the doing what's called the soul work, is working on your core and who you are. So that's what it has to do with each individual male, and each man, and even with the coaches that we'll have, and Chap, I'll talk to you about that. We go through the program first, because we have to have a clear understanding of what we're going to be teaching and talking, having these other brothers go through. I'm
Oh,
not going to give Yeah,
I,
I'm not going to give you something that you can't that I want you to go through, and I haven't gone through it myself. I'm asking you to do something that I can't even do, or didn't do myself, so that I have that experience, I have that knowledge about what it is that I'm talking about. Because there's going to be some things I know that I have to deal with, or that I may still have to deal with or deal with. But in being able to say, hey, I've dealt with this, going through this, so I understand. I can understand how you feel, what you say.
So, Dr. McKenzie, are you saying that some of the ways that you are connecting with some of these folks is by basically telling your story and telling your testimony? Or are you saying that it is strictly based on this curriculum that has been created and the curriculum covers everything?
No, it's actually going to be both, because we you want to hear you need to hear those stories,
Mhm.
so that which happens in a lot of cases. A lot of people think that they're the only ones
Yes,
going through something.
yes.
But by sharing your story, you show others that they're not the only ones, but you also give them permission to go through. And they see, wow, if this person can go through this, and they made it to what my mom calls the other side of through. If they can get to it, I know that I can get through it as well too. I know that I can get to it. I can get through it. So that's it's a both and, not a this
Either
one or
or.
that one. Yeah.
Right. It's a both and whatever else the people bring, and they're like, hey, this is how I learn, this is how I build, this is how I grow. Maybe we can throw that on top with a little razzle dazzle and add to the pie. You know what I mean? Like, you really
Absolutely.
have to understand that we gotta meet people where they are, because to your point, some folks grew up with no parents, some folks grew up with two mothers, some folks grew up with just their grandmother. It's all these different dynamics that we have to recognize. And if I can only imagine if there was a male child growing up with two mothers, or a female child growing up with two fathers, how would they self identify? How do
Yeah.
they see themselves in the world if they don't see it in their parents? Not that it's a problem, but that it's just a different dynamic that I don't think everybody considers. So it's just something to think about when we're out here in the world. And meeting folks where they're at. So that's pretty dope. So you're here in Baltimore, and I know you said you're going to mention the chat how to get involved in the program, but for the people who are listening, if they're like, this sounds like something I need to be a part of, what would they do?
Well, they can connect with me directly at they can either email me at lj1369@hotmail.com, or they can contact me directly through give me a phone call at 443-762-2324. And we can discuss how they would like what that looks like, because we are looking for partnerships. We are looking for organizations that are looking to partner with us to be able to see whatever in whatever capacity that they're able to assist either the overall organization or even the brothers that are part of the program, because we definitely, like I said, on the entrepreneurship side, we're looking at even the employment side, all of those different aspects, because you may have brothers that may need to be able to find employment or looking for employment. So we want to make sure that they have um, that aspect that's going to be that available there for them. The entrepreneurship side, looking for those that are either that may already be entrepreneurs or may also be able to partner with us to say, hey, I offer this particular aspect, and then the brother might be able to find employment through them as well too. So it's a different means of being able to partner. Partnerships and collaborations are big for me, because it's one of the ways that a powerful way that organizations, one, are able to build their what I call your business ecosystem, but then also when it comes to us making our communities better. We
Yes.
can't do it by ourselves. We can't do it. Each organization can't do it by itself, and that connectedness in that capacity of working with our within our ecosystem makes us stronger and
Yes.
better.
I totally agree. You are, like Chap said, you are using the language, Dr. McKenzie. So I'm not sure if I said this, but my organization, we build micro shelters and tiny homes for folks who are unhoused. But that looks like however the community needs us to show up, because I can't
Hmm.
talk to you about housing if you're hungry.
No, absolutely. Yes, yes,
I
yes,
can't
yes,
talk to
absolutely.
you about housing if you don't have a job. I can't talk to you about housing if you're like, I don't even have an ID. So, to your
Hmm.
point, all these wraparound services, all these parts that make the ecosystem thrive are necessary. That's our banking systems, our transportation, our education, what the kids are doing before and after school, making sure folks are eating food and being healthy. So I love all of that. And we're going to have you come out to our Project Healthy Communities, our Walk with a Doc, our weekly wellness walk, because this is the language. This is what we're
And
talking.
we got two doctors. So we got Dr. Leroy for one weekend, and then Dr. Morton can do another weekend.
Yeah, look, I need to talk to Dr. Morton before you volunteering folks to come out here. This one is a mess. Do you see how he is? Dr. Morton not even here. And he's like,
Don't worry, I'll make sure I tag him on this so he can hear it. He'll know.
You
That's what I
gotta
do.
watch this one. I'm telling you, you gotta watch this one. But that's why I keep him right here in the side pocket.
There it is.
As long as you know. As long as
I
you know.
love it.
So real quick, I'm not sure how much time you have left, Dr. Leroy, but we spoke about the ReManned Project, and that was a goal today. But can you back up a little bit and tell us, what you do in the community? How did you get involved in community work? Where are you from? Where are you going? What's a little background on Dr. McKenzie Jr.?
Well, I am born and raised here in Baltimore. I love my city. I've always loved my city. Went to school down at University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Go Hogs, and majored in hotel restaurant management down there. Started my career in the hospitality field industry, but then grew to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to kill myself for somebody else, and wanted to start my journey as an entrepreneur. I've always had that passion to want to be an entrepreneur. Now, if you had asked me, would it look like this? I'd have been like, nah, you You got to be kidding me, man. This is not what I had planned out. But they say that if you want to make God laugh, tell him the plans that you have for your life. You know what I'm saying? So, so all those things. But began JNF Enterprises because of my passion for wanting to see people do better, be better, and do better. And what we are, we're a organization that assists individuals and organizations to be able to bring their vision to reality. And we do that through a couple of different ways. We do it through entrepreneurship consulting and the products and services that we offer, in addition to book publishing services, consulting, and services that we offer as well. And we look at it and we work at it through the lens of marketing and branding. So if you're looking to start a business or grow your business, we can assist you in being able to do that. If you're a business that's already in business and you're looking to do more branding, more marketing for you yourself and your organization, we assist you in being able to do that as well. And have I started that and have had just my passion for wanting to see people see us do better, specifically in our entrepreneurship journeys, and wanting to start businesses, because there's so many businesses out here. They show you how to start a business, but there's so many so there's nothing out here, especially when I started, they didn't show you how to grow your business or keep the doors open. So that's what we
Maintaining,
focus
right?
on.
We got to keep the lights on.
Got to keep the lights on.
This is,
So that's what
in the
we
first
focus
5 years, we need to know what's sustaining us for those 5 years. How do y'all make that work? You know what I mean? That's a great point. So how do people, if somebody's listening, they're like, I need that. I need that right now. Just call you or email you, and is it free 99? Do they need to get a stipend or a scholarship or a sponsorship? How does it work?
No, well, they can connect with me through my link tree, and that's the http:// linktr.ee/JNF Enterprises. That'll have all of my contact information. Website is on there as well too, and then we can have an initial conversation so we can talk about your vision. And that's what I do. We talk about your vision, and what it is that you want to do, and then from that we break out or break down the plan that we can put together, a strategy that we put together in order for you to be able to bring that vision that you have to fruition, bring it to reality.
That is beautiful. And so then what if someone's listening right now and they're like, oh my God, I actually have some resources that I can offer to some of your participants. I'm a mentor, I'm a speaker. They also contact you the same way to offer their services?
Yes, they can. They can reach out to me that way as well. But if they directly is probably the either the email or the phone number will be the direct way. Through the other aspects as well, they can take a look at what JNF offers, but then also they can visit the ReManned International group on Facebook as well too, to be able to get additional information on that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we got the information for the folks who want to participate. Y'all go to the link tree. If you got some topics, you're a subject matter expert, you want to help, you want to donate time, services, books, whatever, you hit Dr. McKenzie directly. And there was another question I had, but it escapes me. So I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to come back around, chat. What do you have?
No, that's great, man. I'm glad you're able to share with us your for-profit and things that you're doing. No, that's good. So you mentioned hospitality. Do you know our brother Michael Haney?
Absolutely, that's my brother from another. He
There we
is
go.
totally awesome, awesome, awesome. Just a great man. He and I do on several things together. One is the newspaper that he's involved, but I also love his show that he has, the 60
Wake up
minutes.
Baltimore.
Yeah, Wake Up. Well,
Yeah,
he does the Wake Up Baltimore, and he
great
does the
show,
60
guys.
minutes on Saturday.
In 60
Yeah,
minutes.
so
Right?
yeah,
So
he
yeah,
is an awesome
Michael Haney, guys. He does 60 minutes in Black
Black
America
American.
on
Yep.
Sunday evenings. Monday mornings he does Wake Up Baltimore at 7:30.
Yeah.
It's on LinkedIn. It's fantastic, very positive show. Great vibe. And then he's always showing up when I call on him. I think we met through Donnie, but
Did
honestly,
you?
we're building a relationship now, and it's been really a blessing to know him.
Yep.
He has supported a lot of my efforts greatly, and influenced and guided a lot of decisions we make, with great wisdom and great transition, smooth transition. So I'm gonna invite you because he's been out to my gym, the Agogi Project, on 3205 Bel Air Road. We have a
Hmm.
youth development program that we do from 4 to 8 Monday to Thursday, and 8 to 12 on Saturdays. And so we're teaching the kids boxing, mixed martial arts. But the first hour of their 4 hour training, they're actually learning to be bilingual. So right
Mm.
now we have 50 young black dudes in Bel Air Edison who are learning to be bilingual. So as soon as they hit 16, they're already more marketable than their counterparts, as well as having the training and discipline of the martial arts and the boxing and the confidence and the things
Yeah.
that it brings. Right. So stop by the gym, check it out, get plugged in over there. I'd love to get you plugged in over there, and really plugged in with my men so that we can remand them, that they can better serve the youth that we serve for sure. And then
Absolutely.
also get you plugged in with the pitch contest next month. This in what next 2 weeks with Quita and Tazmir. There are some really great. There can be some really great entrepreneurs there. There's always really great people that show up, and so I'd love to
Right.
connect you
That's
with
what I
that
was
event.
about to ask.
Yes,
I know
yes,
you, with the ReManned Project, you work with a bunch of men and such, but maybe we can do some sort of like this one is for women in real estate. So if you know any of them, send them this way. But maybe
Okay.
we can talk about some sort of pitch contest for your organization or something that most of your clients are focusing on or something. I think that would be some sort of good pitch, pitch practice, some overlapping, figure out how to build the ecosystem that way. Cause that's another way to get some quick money. And with a lot of pitch contests, the good thing about the money is it's unrestricted. You can use it for
nobody
whatever.
tells you how to spend it. Yes, that's what we noticed at Morgan. There was they had the people that entered and signed up for the pitch contest. They presented, they won, but then they also had like a little fly by night 60-second pitch where people got up who weren't prepared or signed up, but they just off the hip they pitched and they were getting money,
Yep.
and
They got a
no one
hundred
told them how
dollars.
to spend the money. Here's the money, invest it in your
Go keep
business, do
doing what you've
something.
been doing
Right,
because you are up here talking about what you've been doing. We don't need the receipts. We don't need to count
right.
anything. We don't
Go
need
do
the heads.
you.
We don't need the pictures. Here's the money. Go keep doing it. Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah,
yes.
we definitely we'll stay connected. Definitely are staying connected with this because this is so. I love this. I love this, and folks can't tell me that we aren't doing great things and we aren't
Right.
making people better. You know
And
what I'm
so
saying?
yeah,
So
and so Doc, I'll also share with you that my partner up here, you definitely got to get her on your show. I know that you. So tell us
yes.
about the podcast that you do. Your pilot, or is it a radio show? What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's a podcast. Well, I have two. Well, this one, the first one I mentioned is I'm a co-host, and that's Good Morning to the Leader in You. Would love to have you on there. It's every Tuesday morning. That myself and my the host of it is her name is Captain Trotter. I'm the co-host, but we
Yep.
have
Yep, you
individuals
know,
and organizations. Huh?
that's how we roll. That's the host. I'm the co-host.
Oh, right. But we have organizations and individuals that come on and that are leaders in our community, and we have them just talk about the great things that they're doing
Right.
in and around the communities that they are in that they're involved with. So we have that every Tuesday morning at 9:30, and then I have a show that I do called the Brand New Development Series, which is where I focus on the professional and the personal side of development. We talk about what those things that we need to do from a professional perspective, and then also from a personal perspective, and how they tie into who we are as individuals, and then who we are as leaders.
Wow.
It's so amazing how the universe just keeps bringing the same things back around. Recently, I was talking to somebody about just like experiencing culture. And once you graduate high school or college, going to a new city just to experience culture, or traveling just to experience culture so that you can
Hmm.
experience new things and talk to people and learn new things and learn that whatever, whatever is local to you all might be different somewhere else, and just how to accept others. So I love all of the things that you're doing. Your radio show sounds a lot like shared space, as well as tapping into the community and giving back to folks. So I just love all the synergy and the shared activities that we have. It's just so organic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and that's what it's all about. That's why it's important to do the networking, the collaborating, the partnerships, because as we do that, we build our capacity, but we also grow our individual business ecosystems, and we also grow our collective business ecosystems and our personal ecosystems as well
Right.
too.
Right. But I think that getting out in culture and exploring different things adds to your personal, your professional development. Just all of the things I think are really tied in. And it's just making the whole community, the person whole and better. Right. Like
Yep.
just completing them as best as they can, meeting folks where they are and tapping in wherever we can. So thank you for all that you do, Dr. McKenzie. I really do appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for you all having me this evening. I totally appreciate it. Yes, please make sure I have your contact information. Let's talk this week. So, and then, Chap, I'll be reaching out to you as well. You already know that, so you can expect a phone call, email, all that good stuff. So,
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like you know me already, Dr. McKenzie. You like, we got to talk this week. Like, be clear, because I will keep putting it off. I'll be like, we talked last month. I know it's April, but what had happened was, so I got you. Thank you for that. I needed it.
absolutely.
All right. Well, any last words you want to leave us with, Dr. McKenzie?
I'll just say this as I say every day, man. My mission, my purpose is to make you better. It's to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year, and I do that by the things that I'm a part of, the people that I surround myself with, the people, the information, knowledge, and resources that I try to bring to people, and that stems from really quickly the one of the books that I read last year that was so impactful in me was called The Slight Edge, and the author talks about incremental ways to make yourself. You just 1% make yourself better, 1% every single day. And if you do that for 365 days, you're 365% better than
Yeah.
you were the year before.
Mm.
So that's my goal.
That is your goal. So what did you start with as your incremental goal? What was your tiny thing that you started with so far that you've been successful with, or have you started?
No, it's actually every single day. It's just completing like one of my goals last year. One of my assignments. I don't call them goals or resolutions. One of my assignments last year was to read 30 books. I wanted to read 30 books,
In 1 year?
and in 1 year, read 30 books, because the average person only reads one book per year.
Yeah,
Mm.
just one.
Can you imagine
Yes.
you reading the capacity that you have by you reading 30 books, and how much more information that you're gathering over someone who's only reading one book per year? So that was one of my assignments that I took on last year, and it stemmed from a brother named Jay Morrison. He said if you read 20 pages a day for a year, you will have read 30 books in a year.
You will have read
So I,
more than the average person. Yes.
right. So
And Jay
I
Wilson, I
started
know
with that.
exactly who he is. Is he Tulsa real estate or something? He's a real estate investor, right?
Yeah. He's down in Georgia. Yeah, powerful young brother. Is passionate about helping brothers, our community, to be able to be better, build as well too, because he's in that real estate
In real estate, yeah,
realm as
him
well
and
too.
his wife,
Yeah,
or maybe his wife's an actress or something. But either way, both of them got money, is what I'm trying to tell
right.
you. Okay.
Correct. Correct. They do.
So, do we need him for the next pitch contest?
Say it again.
Will we like to invite him to one of our pitch contests?
Oh, he is a busy man. If you know him personally, Dr. McKenzie, I would sure like to
I
see it.
wish. No, I'm not connected to him. Even though they did do this was before
Look
the
at
pandemic.
Aisha.
He
You
came here.
have been on here the whole time, girl. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Mr. Edwards has been tapping in the whole time. Thank you, sis. Go ahead, Dr. McKenzie.
No, him and his wife were here several years ago before the pandemic because he had a book signing, and I went to one of the events. It was right downtown. Great event. But no, I'm not connected with him like that. That I would be able to say, hey, I know him, I know that brother. But
Right.
that
I
is
know.
definitely.
Not
I
yet.
always tell people reach out. The only thing they can tell you is no. You know what
No.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yep.
so.
That sounds, you know what? That is great advice. Shoot all shots. Shoot your shot. Shoot their shot. Shoot the shot they forgot to shoot. Keep shooting, y'all, because one day you're gonna be Steph Curry out there. So that's what we're
You
trying
know what I'm saying?
to do. Okay. All right. So I don't have anything else to add. I just want to remind people of the pitch contest. Look on Smaltimore Homes. I'm gonna post something tonight. Look on Smaltimore Homes Instagram. If you have a novice real estate idea, if your good girlfriend has a novice real estate idea, tell her to apply to this. We're looking for people with just ideation. You don't have to have a whole business plan or all of that. We're meeting folks where they're at and trying to give y'all a couple cash, a little money, and some coaching. So please, thank you.
And
Thanks.
Miss Edwards, come join us.
Yes. You know what? Okay, Aisha, she's out there in these streets. She's come to the walk a couple of times. Miss Edwards is out in these streets with us. So pull up on us March 15th, Loyola. But yes, thanks for coming out. God bless and good night. We'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel, Mondays at 7, y'all. See you, love you, bye.
Thanks.
Love you guys.